If you have watched my video, how to get a job as a teenager, this is the job that ruined all jobs for me, baby. Hey guys, me Amani, and I'm gonna be telling y'all about my worst job experience. Let's get straight to it because I don't got time for none of the bullshit I put up with enough at this job. So let me tell y'all about the entire horrible experience for me working at this wing place on Glenwood in the hood in Georgia, East Island. First of all, any job that has you come in, ask you a few questions like, yeah, you're hired, it's gonna be a terrible job. I should have knew then, but it was my first official job. I was happy. I used to work damn near 40 hours and I was in high school. It was not pleasant. That lady was a literal, like, she used to do cocaine. Like, she was telling me, like, she used to be doing it on a job. She used to tell me how you could smoke in the bathroom on a job. I used to be like, I'm not gonna do that, like, I'm scared. She used to be like, yeah, I go in there now, you know, sometimes. And like when she would come in, she would always be just like so fast paced and so like hustling and bustling. And now it like, and after she told me, obviously it made sense, and I was like, and she asked me if I wanted to try it. I'm like, girl, I'm 16. Like, I'm not trying to die off that. Like, I feel like hard drugs like that, like, you can't just try stuff like that. Like, you take it and you die. That's how I feel. So I would never take hard drugs like that. So just a few experiences. Let me think of my worst experiences. So first was this one lady who just had the never-ending list of requests. She came in, can I get a hamburger? First of all, man, this is a wing place. What the fuck do you want a hamburger for? Like, down the street is a McDonald's, bitch. Call it McDonald's. You know, I ring her up for a hamburger, $7 hamburger combo, which the hamburgers always smelt weird to me, so I would never even have ate that, but to each his own, you know. She get the burger, I get her the burger, and she's like, can you hand me some ketchup packets? I hand her. She's like, this is just taking too long. Can you just give me the big bottle of ketchup? I'm like, yeah. So this is still in the beginning, so I get her a big bottle of ketchup. She already had a stinky attitude, but I'm like, you know what, it's not that serious. Can I get the ketchup? Yeah. It ain't no napkins. Can you restock the napkins? Yeah, I can, because I would have to do that anyway. Yeah. It ain't no drink cups. All these tops look touched. Can you give me a fresh top? So I'm reaching for a top. Can you change your gloves for you give me a top? Why I keep doing my hands like this? Because her attitude was stank. So I'm like, sure. So after this, I'm like, I'm trying to take somebody else's order and she keep asking me for more stuff. So she was like, can I get the seasoning salt for my fries? I'm like, it's right there. I meant to say lemon pepper. Can I get the lemon pepper? It's under the counter. I'll get the lemon pepper. Here you go. I'm like, do you need anything else? Because like, I'm trying to do this and I can't keep, you know. And she's like, well, I don't think so. So I'll go back to the order 2 seconds later. Can I? She asked me for something else. I was like, oh my God, like, ma'am, are you off of a drug? Like, stop asking me for stuff. Okay, I work here, but stop asking me for stuff. You finna get on my nerves. And then I was like, ma'am, is there anything else? And I said just like that. I'm like, is there anything else? And she was just like, you got a nasty attitude. You got a bad attitude. Matter of fact, let me speak to your manager because you got a nasty attitude. This your job. You supposed to do this anyway. I'm like, girl, you have all these requests. You want to go to a Build-A-Burger place. You need to go to Ruby Tuesdays. I'm sure they have a burger bar, baby. You can build your own burger, get your own stuff. Don't come to no wing place trying to get no specific burger. No ma'am. And this is not no dining restaurant. You wanted a waiter? You need to go to Applebee's or something. Like, oh, she had me so messed up. I got my boss. It was an Asian family too. It was an Asian lady. Like, anytime somebody would try to complain about me, she was like, okay, we'll talk to her. She would go back to the back. She never talked to me, so I was just like, okay, like, I never cared. So she wanted to get all arguey. She went like, yeah, what, you got a bad attitude, you probably only make $7 an hour. I'm like, baby, I wouldn't even work for $7 an hour. Please keep it cute. And I'm like, and girl, look how you look. I started getting on her because she starts talking about me, and it was other people in there like, you're not finna embarrass me just because I'm at work, baby. Like, no. So I started being like, girl, you're ugly, like, get out, like, you can leave. And she started like, yeah, you make minimum wage, bro, bitch. And I'm like, I'm a teenager, honey, like, I'm not supposed to be having no big old job right now. And then she finally left out, and I was being passive aggressive the rest of the day. I was talking to other customers. They're like, how you doing today? I was like, I was good until somebody came in talking about hair. I shouldn't argue about a burger. She really ruined my day that day. I was so irritated. I think I cried to my sister when I got in the car. I was like, I don't want to work no more. Like, I'm gonna quit. This is just annoying. So the next person is this crackhead dude. He used to always come in there, and I seen him somewhere recently, and I cannot remember where I seen him, and I wonder if he remembered me, but I hope that he didn't because I didn't want to speak to him. So he just will always come in trying to like kind of talk, and And I would just kind of be like, no. But one day I was really annoyed. I think I had to work 12 hours that day, and I was really annoyed, and I just did not want to talk to him. Like I didn't want him to flirt with me. I did not want him to say nothing to me. I just wanted him to pay and move. And he used to always pay for his food and come back to the register 4 different times like, let me get a paper dollar, and he would give me a whole bunch of change to count. And one day the change was just so dirty. I'm like, I'm not counting this. I push it back towards him. I'm like, I'm not counting this. I'm not finna do this. You need to go to the bank. If you need all this money, go to the bank. We're not the bank. I can't do this for you no more. Move. And I pushed it, and some of it got off the counter, and he was like, oh, you want to be disrespectful? Oh, you want to be disrespectful? You don't think I want to, you gonna think I want to flow? And I was just sitting there looking at him like, I didn't throw your money on the floor. I pushed it, but if it rolled over, I apologize. I can sweep it up for you if you want, or I can just give you one from behind this counter. But I'm not finna do this with you today. I'm not finna do this with you. I used to always have to transfer his money and count it, and the change used to be so dirty, like he found it in the trash can. No, but it eventually got resolved. His food came out. I gave him his food, and I'm like, please just go, please just go, please just go, please just go. He was still talking to like, oh, bitch, what happened to it? And next time he came in like, hey, beautiful. I'm like, do not speak to me. I literally was like, do not speak to me, because my coworker was there at the time. When I used to work like 12 hours, she used to come halfway through the day, so she was taking his order and all that, and he was trying to talk to me. I was like, do not speak to me. This next time was about a salad. This dude came in about a salad, and let me tell y'all, first of all, he was a gay dude. But just because you're a gay dude do not mean you get to put your hands on a woman, or you get to throw something at a woman. I'm not trying to just be that person that's like, oh, gay people, but like, you gotta keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? You don't put your hands on people, period. But regardless of sexuality, you don't put your hand on a woman. So this dude called in about a salad. Apparently we didn't have the lettuce, and it was a really busy day. Why do I keep looking in the mirror? I'm sorry. So instead of telling him like, hey, we don't have the lettuce right now, they decide, let's run to the store and go get it. I think because the salads was kind of expensive, but like, you couldn't just tell your customer like, hey, because they take it out on me. That's why I used to always have to go to the back like, how long is this order gonna take? Because they up here being passive aggressive to me. They used to be talking like, she got a bad attitude and the stuff taking a long time, I'm ready to go. Like, but I didn't want to be like, you know, I can hear you. But it's just like, you know, I can hear you. Like, I'm a person too. Like, I'm at work, but I'm a person too. Like, leave me alone. Eventually he just kind of got really fed up and was like, excuse me, I called in, because like when you call in you have to come in and still pay, and they used to like literally not make the call-in orders until you came in. So like, I would put the order back there, but then like when they came in, then they came to pay, and I would like ticket number, and then they would kind of push theirs to the front and like, okay, since they called in, let's get theirs out first. But they still didn't have it ready how people expected it. Like, a lot of people would be coming off their lunch break and be like, bro, like, I have to go. I thought I called in for a reason. I used to be like, I'm sorry, because people don't come and get their food all the time, and they're not gonna waste food, you know? So he came to the front and was like, where's my salad? And should I take this home for no lettuce? Spread them and throw it on there with some vegetables. And I was like, I know, like, 1 second. But like, I was already annoyed because there was so many people, so I'm like, 1 second. So I go look, and I'm like, it's still not done. So I asked her, I'm like, what about this salad? And she's like, oh, he's on the way back, he wants to go get the lettuce. And I'm like, girl, like, he's out here mad. And she come out and she's like, oh, 1 second, just the lettuce. He's like, okay. So he goes sit down, being sassy. So then he comes back like 10-15 minutes later. The dude still wasn't back. So honestly, for a salad, I would have left too. But he came back and he like took the ticket. He was just like, just give my money back. I gotta go. I want to leave. I'm just gonna go. And I'm like, okay, like, 1 second, like, cause you doing too much, and I'm on the phone and I'm trying to take somebody's order. Like, it used to be such a high stress environment, and the crazy part is that a lot of times I didn't even have a coworker. They would make their kids help me out. So you telling me it's like 100 people in here? It used to be so many people, especially on like the Super Bowl Sunday, and I had kids helping me. The oldest was like 10. They're not that much of a help. They had short attention spans. I used to have to be like, hey, like, come on, like, but I couldn't blame them, because it's like, you didn't ask for this. Like, I used to feel so bad for them, because every morning they would be there, every day after school they would be there. Like, I know their parents work hard, and it's like, I feel bad for y'all too. Y'all have to work every day, but at the same time, your kids didn't ask for this life. Y'all can't get a nanny or daycare or nothing. They just sitting here all day watching TV and playing in booths. Like, I felt so bad for them. I ain't gonna lie, like, I ain't call defects. Nothing happened, so whatever. So I was trying to give him his ticket back, and it kind of literally accidentally, like, I gave him his money and he kind of snatched it. So now I was gonna give him his ticket. I was gonna kind of put it down, because like, don't snatch from my hand. So when I was trying to put it down, it kind of fell out of my hand. So it kind of just like fell as if I was just like throwing it, and he like literally like took the phone that was in front of me and like pushed it at me full force, so the phone just hit me, like, and he was just like not me being dramatic, and he was just like, don't throw nothing at me. And I'm like, why would you throw that? Like, you need to leave. Like, you need to leave. Even if I did drop a receipt, why would you throw that at me? Like, over a salad? Like, whoa, somebody's angry because they didn't have lunch today. The husband, oh my god, y'all, he used to literally was like abusive. He used to be yelling at the kids all the time, hitting them, yelling at the wife, literally hitting her. They used to have all types of little bruises and stuff. One time the little girl, she was like 8 or 7, had a black eye, like a whole fucking black eye. I wish I took a picture of it, but you know, like, is the system better than living with an abusive ass daddy? Like, I really hope he gets help, because he needs help. And she's just like, oh, he just get angry sometimes. Like, no, he don't need to be getting angry sometimes. Like, girl, you need to leave him or kill him. Sorry, but I have to say it. It would just be days where like she would leave to go get them from school and stuff, and like he would be there cooking, and people would always call, and I used to hate answering the phone when people would come in, because people would have the biggest orders over the phone, and it would be so annoying. So I used to, like, instead of hanging up, I would kind of leave it on. If they hang up and I don't hang up, it's gonna still be on, so like other people calling wouldn't come through, so I wouldn't have to take as many calling orders. He used to always be like, hang up the phone, hang up the phone. Like, he used to always yell at me. And then one time he kind of told her, like, ever since she started working here, business was bad, business has been less and less. And I was like, okay, it's always fucking packed in here, so obviously business is not bad. If anything, people used to be coming back for me. I'm just kidding. But don't try me like I made y'all business bad, girl. Y'all nasty little wings. Literally, it used to smell like boo-boo in there. They had like the pipes backed up one time. It was like a whole week that I used to have to be like, it smells like who? And people would start being like, ugh, people would come in like, it's stinking here. Like, people would be leaving like, oh no, it smells. They used to literally put tape over the little like sewer grates or whatever in the ground. It used to flood sometimes right behind the counter with their little easy password. Their password was 1 2 3 4. Like, come on now. If somebody tried to rob us and they was like, what's the password? And I'm like, oh, 1 2 3 4. I'm like, bitch, you think I'm playing? I'm like, no, it's 1 2 3 4. Ah. This one homeless dude, he used to come in and he was so crazy sometimes. And he was always like, and people would like buy him meals, and they'll be like, no, tell him to leave. If you buy him a meal, you have to buy it and take it out there to him. He cannot come in. One time he came in and like fell asleep, and she had to kick him out, and he was just acting crazy when they put him out. And then he doodled outside the job. He doodled on the sidewalk and like smeared it, and the police arrested him. Last day I ended up quitting because she left me there. He was just being aggressive. Her husband was being aggressive all day. We would have like this thing where this is the counter, this is like the middle, and it was like a little curtain, like a little empty window basically, and that's where they would put the food, and that's where I would put the tickets, let them know, hey, make this, and they would put the food out, like, here's the order, give it to them. Like, he just was giving me weird vibes all day. I think he was just already mad about something. So like somebody called and I was like, hello, and they asked me like, do y'all have hot teriyaki? And I was like, yeah. And then I hung up. He opened the curtain and was like, where's the order? And I was like, somebody just asked the question, and he was like, and then he closed it, and I was just like, so then he was just back there. Oh my god, I hate him. Just thinking about his face, I hate him. He was just like back there doing stuff. So then somebody else called, I took their order, and then like I was taking it, and literally in the middle of it, they was like, never mind, I'm gonna come place it in person. And I was like, okay, because I think they remember like they don't even make the call-ins until they get there, like it's no point. Then he like opened it and was like, order, and I was like, they didn't, like, nobody. He closed it aggressive, like he just like closed it so mad, and then he was just back there like talking shit in another language. I don't even know what he was saying. And then somebody did come in and they ordered like a large fried rice, so I put the order back there, he put it up there, and he like literally like he threw it so where like some of the rice came out, and I was like, and I called her and I'm like, hey, like, when are you gonna be back? And she was like, oh, like an hour. And I'm like, an hour? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, like he's being really aggressive, he's throwing stuff, I'm scared, can you just hurry up, because like I'm really scared. And she's like, okay, I'll call your other coworker, be patient, I'll call her, like, don't worry. And I was like, okay. So then somebody else came in, the person who called or whatever. So this is when she hit the fan. So she called him, I hear the phone ring, and I'm like, no, like, don't fucking call him, bitch. And he's like, hello, like, say, I don't know their language and I don't want to sound like I'm making fun of them, so like I'll just say what I thought he said. He was just like, hello, and then something on the phone I didn't hear, obviously. And then he was just like, what the fuck? He was talking so much shit, and he was screaming at this point, and like he would like be doing the fries. You know how you do fries when you frying them, you kind of like shake them, and he was just like, ha-boom, 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 and like that's how it would normally sound. He was like, ha-boom, ha-boom, ha-boom. He was shaking it so hard, and I was literally like scared. And the person who like came in, they was like, is everybody okay back there? And I was like, I don't know. They was like trying to get a hamburger, and I was putting it in, and I was like, I don't know, I'm finna go, like I'm scared, I can't keep doing this. And it was like, are you okay? And I was like, I gotta go. So I put their order back there, and I grabbed my stuff, and I forgot my kombucha in the refrigerator. I took my purse though, I took all my stuff, and I had to walk through where he was to leave, and he like, I know he was looking at me, but I just was looking at the ground. I was like, I just gotta go. I left out and I walked, and it was like it's like an empty abandoned building next to it, and I walked over there and I just stood in front of it. I called me a Lyft, and I saw this one boy that would always try to talk to me, and we were pretty cool. So I was standing out there for like 10 minutes because I was talking to him at first, and I was like, yeah, I'm finna call my Uber or whatever. And I was like, you wanna come with me? And he was like, yeah. He actually came with me, and I went to the mall, and then I asked my cousin to get me from the mall afterwards because like I wanted to hang out with him. And we ended up hanging out, and then I left from there. But that's how I quit that job. I was so scared. The next time I came, I just came to get my check, and I never went back. I mean, I did go back to do like Postmates, but I never went back to order. I never went back to do none of that. Like, I was like, I'm done on this place. I hate it here. And then, like, my coworker was texting me. She was asking me about it, and I was telling her, she's like, you think you're gonna come back? And I was like, hell no, I already found me a job. And I was literally, I did the same thing I did in that video. Same video. Go watch that video. I found me a job the next day, and that job was so much better. It was black owned. It was a small business. It was really like, it was like a little family in there. Like, I loved them. I mean, I loved the Asian family at the other one. I love the kids. They were so sweet. I still have little videos with the kids. I won't post them obviously because they're minors, and it's just like, don't. Yeah, that's really all. Like, I don't even want to keep talking about this negative job. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe for more videos, tell me your suggestions down below, and I will see y'all next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.